Okay guys, so we've got some Domination gameplay here on the classic playlist, yes the classic playlist, and it's on a Biolab and I'm using the AK-12, so yeah, enjoy the gameplay. Now this wasn't too bad a gameplay I suppose, it's a double Paladin, shit, is this a fake video? I've got two Paladins that wasn't in a care package, bloody hell. This was quite quickly after the patch. I thought, hey, they've managed to fix the connections, and it's almost like a placebo. It's like, oh no, they didn't. No, it's gone right back to how it was. But yeah, this was good, and I'm going to be positive about this one. So yeah, enjoy the gameplay. Now, on a different note altogether, I want to talk about something completely different that isn't Call of Duty related. And this is more of a personal thing. And I haven't really talked about this at all. I haven't revealed this, but now's the time I need to talk about it because it's quite personal. And it's sort of making a big impact on my life, and I wanted to. I don't really do asking favours. The only kind of favours I've asked in the past is sort of like, hey, can anybody do me any GFX? And people have helped me out, and I've helped them back. Or I don't mind helping people out as much as I can. But now it's sort of my turn to ask people's opinion on something, and hopefully get some feedback and a point in the right direction, because I now need the help. It's my turn to get the help. And yeah, so basically what is going on in my life is I'm not that well, to put it bluntly. I've got this sort of problem. It's a problem with my gallbladder, and I've kind of got these massive gallstones that have appeared on my gallbladder. It's sort of one of these things that happens, as you start getting a little bit older. It can happen to anybody. I think it happens to about 1 in 100 people, and unfortunately if it's not treated early enough it can get quite serious. There's been rumours of people getting liver problems from this, and there's been rumours of people, even more serious cases, getting cancer from it. Now obviously I lost my dad earlier this year from prostate cancer, so that's been a big issue on my mind, that I need to get it sorted. So what's been happening is I've been sort of going to work, and I'll take you right back to the start. Here's another story for you if you're fucking interested. Basically I got up one morning, everything was fine, and I actually wasn't at work this day, and I decided it was a good day. I could take my daughter to school, bond with her on the way to school. And as we left the house, I started walking. I thought, shit, I got this pain in my side, right underneath my right hand side of my rib cage, right underneath. And the pain was actually that bad I couldn't put my foot down. I couldn't put my right foot down without almost squealing in pain. Now I'm quite good with pain. I've been beaten up enough times in my life in the ring to sort of put up with a bit of pain here and there, but this was agonising. And I got so far to keep stopping and walk a bit more and keep stopping, and the pain almost got that bad I nearly passed out. I nearly just completely blacked out. And initially at first I thought I'd pulled a muscle in my side. Kind of job I do, because I'm a work outside, I would lift heavy things all day, I'm a bricklayer. I thought maybe it was something to do with that. Maybe I'd turned and strained and it was just tweaking me a little bit. But the pain eventually kind of went away, and I thought that was it. And then about a few days later it sort of came back a bit, and then went, and then came back and went. And then I had about a 3 or 4 day break without anything happening. And then one day at work I was sitting there, and I think I'd made some cheese sandwiches or something like that, and I ate these cheese sandwiches, and fucking hell, it was like, the only way to describe it is like having an apple underneath your ribs. It's like having somebody putting an apple underneath your rib cage and saying, right, function, get on with your everyday life with this apple under there. It was agony, and it sort of stretched right round to my abdomen and sort of moved to the left hand side and right round my back, and it almost felt like some fucking big wrestler was just giving me a big bear hug and squeezing the life out of me, to the point where I couldn't breathe. So I had to go home. I had to go home from work. I just couldn't function doing the job I do. And I sort of booked myself into the doctor's, went there, he asked the sort of symptoms I was getting. I explained to him, he had a few presses, and he said, yeah, it sounds like you've got gallstones. So that was that. He sort of gave me a few pointers, gave me these fucking elephant tablets, which are like painkillers, these antacid tablets. Basically I have to wake up in the morning and take about 4 different kinds of medication to keep it under an element of control, and you have to change your diet and things like that. So there's certain elements of food you have to avoid. I know this is a little bit boring, but I'm giving you an insight into what it is. So certain fatty foods you have to avoid, certain creams, milks, things like that. You basically have to eat dust. Dust is the only thing you can eat. But no, seriously, seriously, on a serious note, it's more natural things you have to avoid. Hell of a lot of stuff. Can't drink, and things like that. But the pain has now got so severe that I can't function in my job. You know, if you bear in mind, I kind of calculated this, is that me doing the job I do, I bend down and stand up at least about 4,000 times in a day. Because, you know, as a bricklayer, you're expected to lay at least 1,000 bricks a day to sort of cover your money and prove your worth, I suppose. So when you combine that with getting other stuff and getting mortar on your trowel, it works out to about 4,000 times a day. So 4,000 times a day, I feel like I'm getting punched in the gut by Klitschko himself. And, you know, by the time I get home, I'm knackered. I'm absolutely exhausted. A combination of painkillers, you know, low amounts of food just to keep it under control, and doing this fucking job that is killing me is making me exhausted. So, you know, this is quite honestly why my uploads have slowed down, because I'm sitting in front of a computer and I'm like, I can't even focus. I can't even look at the screen. I can't breathe. You know, sometimes I have to pause and stop in pain. And also as well, like I say, I'm just too damn exhausted to sit here and do that. Even gaming, I'm just too tired to game. Just too tired to do anything. You know, I come in, I get everything done that I need to get done, and then I go to fucking bed. It's whacking me out, and it's actually really dragging my fucking mood down. I'm sort of slumping into a state of depression, which I've never had before. So yeah, that's all the morbid shit out the way. I'll just give you an insight into what's going on in my life. Now, obviously, with my job being my job, is that if you don't work, you don't get paid. And, you know, I was looking at it the other day. I was thinking about getting something, but obviously, you know, I just couldn't really afford it. And I thought, do you know what? I've got this Legion of Epoch channel sitting there. I haven't had many people send me videos over the course of ever since I've had it. I've had a few, they've had videos put up, but, you know, I don't get that many to keep it substantially going. It's not like Thunder's channel, where obviously he's got a bigger channel. People are firing videos at him all the time. But it's a shame, because the people who do submit videos to me, they do get quite good views, considering there's like 2,160 subs over there, maybe. I don't know, the last time I checked. You know, the people's general videos get between 150, 200, sometimes 500, 600, 700 views. And for a channel that size, that's actually good, because it means there are people over there that want to see good content. They want to have somebody uploading who's, you know, going to give them what they want to see. Now, I was obviously thinking, because I know a couple of YouTubers have done this in the past with their channels, and I thought maybe I can do that. You know, it's getting close to Christmas now. Obviously, I just can't fucking physically work. Unfortunately, I'm not entitled to. We get benefits in this country. You guys from America, we get benefits, but because my wife does a job, I'm not entitled to benefits. So literally, I'm not entitled to fuck all, apart from a slap across the head by my wife, because I can't work. And I thought, well, I've got this channel there. You know, obviously, I need to find ways of raising money for myself. I'm going to sell my Xbox, which is going to be one thing, but I thought maybe I can sell that channel. Maybe there's somebody out there, you know, a professional person who's not a young person, who I don't want to exploit the fucking youth, but a professional person out there who wants to start YouTube, or has started YouTube maybe, and you know, unfortunately they're finding it a struggle to grow in the slightest possible way, who maybe, you know, earns enough money that say, hey, I don't mind investing in that. I will pay for that if it gives me a good sort of platform to upload on. So I wanted to put that out there. By the way, quick disclaimer before I go on, and there's two things I want to say here. Number one, I'm not asking for fucking PayPal donations here. This is one thing I'm not asking. I don't ask for anything in my life. Like, you know, the only thing I've ever asked for is, like, say, GFX. All the things through my channel I've never asked for. I've never asked big YouTubers to check my channel out, and I've never asked for money. People have sent me stuff. I've had PS4 off James. I had, you know, a laptop once. I had the you know, obviously the computer setup I've got now, because somebody overheard me on a stream talk about how, you know, my computer was playing up and the stream kept buffering. So I've never physically asked for anything, but at this point in time now, I am kind of asking, but not a PayPal donation. I'm not asking for people to say, oh, here, I'll send you this. The other thing I'm not asking for is, I do not want to see any comments in the comment section about people saying, I'm sorry I can't help you out, bro, or I wish I could help you. Nothing. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. This isn't me begging for fucking sympathy. It's just me opening up as a person who you kind of know, and I'd feel like you know me by now. And I'm just telling you a few issues I've got, but I've potentially got this thing that could help, you know, help me get through the Christmas period. I don't even know what I could sell it for. I can't even put a fucking price on it. So I suppose it's up for auction. PlayStation. Essentially. But you know, what I would do is, if anybody was interested in buying it, or maybe people would say it's a bad idea, don't do it, it's not good. You know, if somebody was to purchase the channel and say, yeah, I would like it because I'd like to get a good start on here, is what I will say is partnered. I'm going to find out about how to pass the partnership over. Obviously you need a PayPal account and all that, but I will help you out as much as possible in getting it off the ground, giving you exposure. You could always put your first video on my channel so that people can see what you're about and where you're going with this. And also, you know, I've got some good GFX guys who help me out. I'll throw them your way and see if they can help you get, you know, obviously change the name of the channel. You wouldn't keep it as Legion of a Puck, you'd change it to whatever you want. And I would get the name, you know, changed with the banner or whatever else. Everything changed accordingly to you. I will help you out as much as I can. You would be helping me out. I would return and reciprocate the favour by helping you out. So that's where I'm sort of at the moment. Like I say, this isn't a beg, you know, I know I'm going to get dislikes because these kind of videos do, unfortunately. It's not me saying, hey, I want an Xbox One now, please people donate. It's fuck all like that. I'm just in a situation where unfortunately I just can't get to work, and it's depressing the fuck out of me because I'm worrying about money day to day. And you know, when I do go out and work, it's because I have to force myself to do it, and I'm not getting any better. So yeah, you know, let me know what you think about it. If anybody's interested, then send me a direct message or whatever, you know, send me something on Twitter, I'll add you and we can talk turkey. But if you could help me out, that would be fantastic. If you can't, don't worry about it. Please don't write any comments saying you can't do it. That's absolutely fine. And like I say, I'm not looking for fucking donations here. Seriously, I can't spell that out enough, and I seriously mean that. I stand on my word about that. That is not what I'm asking for. So yeah, thanks for listening. It's nice to actually get it off my chest because I haven't got many people I can talk to about that kind of stuff, and it's good to have that release. Yeah, onwards and upwards. Apocalypse done.